What's going on, you guys? It's Calvin the FPL Penguin back again with another video / stream for you all. And in today's stream, we're going to be talking about the World Cup once again, and also with the announcement, especially this video of the stream, England. The announcement has been made for the final squad going into the this year's World Cup later this month. We're going to be giving you my reaction. I've already seen it. So don't expect some wow, ooh, wow, like that. I've already done that already. But I just thought I'd do this, hashtag content. I want to talk about my country, how we're going to do, everything like that, and my predicted lineup as well. So if you do enjoy the video, guys, smash the like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below under the live chat as well how you think what we will do, and how if you don't support England, if you're not from England, is your country in this year's World Cup? Let me know how you think you'll do. Any surprise players from your country as well. Love to hear from all over the world. You guys from all over the world. It's absolutely fantastic. So without any time to waste, before we say hello to a few people in the comments. So this is what came out earlier today. 2022 World Cup England squad. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. It's the big talking points, Maddison and Callum Wilson in. Maddison in particular. Great to see Maddison in it. I was talking about him a lot on Twitter. A lot of people talking about him on Twitter. But what we'll do, we'll start from top and we'll work our way down to the bottom, and then we'll go into my predicted lineup, what I would like to see, should we say. But we know in Gareth Southgate, it will go 5 at the back, like he usually does. Spoiler alert, it's not 5 at the back, my predicted lineup, because I hate that. So we're going to start off with the goalkeepers. Pickford, Pope and Ramsdale. Pickford, for Everton, he's like, meh, but for England, he's relatively sound, isn't he? Really turns up for his country. He did well for the Euros. Unlucky, obviously, we're at the final. Gets Italy, tough final, but he was there and he really turned up. Pickford. So I imagine he'll still be the number 1 keeper going into the group games. Talk about Pope and Ramsdale. Henderson missing out, but I think this 3 is definitely the best 3 English goalkeepers we've got to go with, definitely, and I can't fault that. I really do like those 3. Pope having a great season with Newcastle, looking fantastic. I do like Pope. He's a very good goalkeeper. He obviously has made appearances in the England team. I think in that 3-3 draw against Germany in the UEFA Nations League, was it about 2-3 months ago, something like that. Got Ramsdale in there too. Arsenal having a fantastic season as well as Newcastle. So he's a very good goalkeeper. I think those 3 are lovely goalkeepers. I think knowing Gareth, he'll start Pickford, and I don't hate that because we know Pickford always turns up for England. He's got that good chemistry with the rest of the lads. He's professional. He's not saying the others are not professional, but I mean talking about the experience, should we say. And he's matured a lot and can be a decent leader at the back and get that back line sorted. And but yeah, I think that's a lovely first 3, 3 to pick in that lineup for the goalkeeper section. Talk about as well, just make sure everything's okay. Everything's okay. Talk about defenders now. Moving to defense now. Trent, Cody, Dyer, Maguire, Shaw, Stones, Trips, Walker, and White. Decent defense. Maguire's there, isn't he? You know what Maguire's like. We don't have to talk about too much about him. Trent Alexander-Arnold in there, along with another right back in Trips. As we said, we'll get to my lineup soon. I'm a Liverpool fan, you can see in the background. But yeah, I don't hate that. I think we're always a bit lightweight on the bit of the centre backs. We don't really have that good of centre backs, in my opinion. So it depends if Gareth's going to start 3 at the back. If he does go for that 5, that wing back formation. Or if he does go 4-4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, I don't think he'll go 4-4-2. I think he'll keep that sole striker and Kane. So probably 2 at the back. I just hope he doesn't start Maguire. I really hope he doesn't. If we want to do well, we don't start him. Ben White has done well. I don't hate that shout at that pick. He's done well for Arsenal. I think he's been playing a lot of games at right back while Tommy Asu was out injured early in the season. Trips, like I said, with Pope, him and Newcastle have been doing well. They've been doing well for Newcastle, and Trippier is a very, very good right back. Get experience of being at Spurs, being at Atletico Madrid in his past. Great signing by Howie. Was he Eddie Howe signing? I think he was. But good chemistry with him and Pope in the side. 2 Newcastle lads. We'll talk about 3 in a minute, very, very soon, later in the video, in the forward line in particular. But yeah, Cody has made Everton's defence relatively, better, should we say. He has made it better. Dyer's in there too. Spurs and 50-50 season. Kyle Walker can play centre-back, as we know, so he can cover there as well as being as a right-back, so we can use him. And he, like I was talking about with Pickford, got that experience, played numerous times for England. Stone's in there too with Manchester City. Luke Shaw, Roberto Carlos turns up for England. Camp will probably be that most likely starting left back, bombing down that left side of the wing for us. I don't hate that defense. We're pretty lightweight. We haven't got any outstanding stars in that centre back position I'm talking about. But yeah, like I said, I'll get to my predicted lineup very, very soon. Midfield wise, we've got Bellingham, Gallagher, Henderson, Mason Mount, Phillips, and Rice. Bellingham, I'm biased now because I want him at Liverpool, but I think he's very, very good. Like I said, I will talk about him very, very soon on what formation I think he'll suit him better. He has made numerous appearances for England. He's a fantastic lad. Dortmund player. Started out at Birmingham, got scouted, scouted up, snapped up by Dortmund a few years ago. Linked up well with Haaland, good relationship there, friendship. Gallagher's an interesting one. I haven't seen him play as much. Same as Calvin Phillips, namesake. He didn't bloody start from and play for him because he's kept outside by Rodri for Man City. But I think I don't necessarily hate this. I do think it's a bit lightweight, but it depends what formation we do play. That's the thing. It does depend what formation we do play. If it is maybe 2 centre mids in the middle, or we play a defensive pairing, it will, or 3-man like it's CDM and 2 centre mids in the 4-3-3. It all depends on that. So I don't hate this necessarily. I like Bellingham. I'm glad he's in there. Jordan does bring that maturity, that experience into that team. I'm not the biggest Hendo fan, as you know, but like I said, the experience is there. Mason Mount, he's in there. Depends like play. If we play, he can play centre middle. If we play a 4-2-3-1, plays as a cam in behind Kane with whoever on the wing. That will be interesting. But I expect someone like Declan Rice to definitely start. I do like him. Very, very good player. Rice baby. Bellingham's a very, very good player. Brings experience what he's had in Champions League football as well. Linking up with someone like Haaland in the past as well. Moving on to the forward line. Now, this is very interesting. 2 names in particular, James Maddison and Callum Wilson. So we'll start from the first name there, Phil Foden. I don't particularly rate him. I know it sounds bad, but I don't know. I don't think he'll start that many games. I think he's a very, very good player. He's like Pep's golden boy. I think he's linked up well with Haaland. I don't want to discourage the lad. I want to see a bit more from him. I want to see a bit more from Phil Foden. And Jack Grealish in there too, another City teammate in there too. But I want to see a bit more from Foden. This could be a make or break competition for him. Huge. The whole country's watching once again, like last year. But I don't think he will start as many games as the players I'm going to mention in a minute. But I think he will be there as that impactful sort of sub, should we say. Like I said, we'll get into my predicted lineup. So what I want to see, should we say, as our lineup. Grealish, I don't expect him to start either. Harry Kane up front, obviously starts up front. James Maddison, great to see him finally getting called up for something like this. He's been fantastic. If he didn't get called up for this, I swear to God, I would have lost so much hope. I wouldn't even bother watching the World Cup. We would embarrass ourselves because what Maddison brings and what he's done for past years for Leicester, he's that. he pulls the strings. He's behind Vardy with Barnes on the other side. He's so good to watch. Takes set pieces, lovely set pieces as well. He deserves this. He deserves this, James Maddison, in my opinion. So I would love to see him start. We'll get to him in a minute. Rashford in there too, but it's great to see him on the plane. Fantastic, as well as Callum Wilson too, definitely. Marcus Rashford in there. I like him. I think he's decent. He offers a lot. He's another good attacking player. Saka, very, very good. Especially what him and Rashford. Sancho not making it, but especially what Rashford and Saka, disgusting what they received after that Euro final last year. But it's great to see them both in the side. I hope they're raring to go. Looking forward to seeing them play. Raheem Sterling there too. He seems to do well for England. He's always been there, linking up well with Kane. We've seen him past games, and I think he should keep starting. Maybe his move to Chelsea might dampen things, because I felt he was better for Man City than he was for Chelsea. He's playing a different formation now, different sort of tactics under Potter. Will he start? That's the main thing. A lot of people calling for Foden to start. Like, Foden, Phil, make your mark, mate. I want to see these lads, even the ones that I don't expect to start, make an impression. This is a big competition. Huge. It's the biggest one in the world. And I want to see someone really make a statement. I want to see them all make a statement. I really do. Callum Wilson there, great. I'm not the biggest. I'm not a Tony fan, to be honest with you, and I was a bit worried if Tony was going to be in it. I don't rate Tony. That's my opinion. Ivan Toney is a good player, but I would have preferred Wilson over Tony any day of the week to get in this England squad for what he's contributed and how good of a player he is. Like I said, that chemistry is there with Pope and Trips as well. So I think this is great. And this is great if you're a Newcastle fan, seeing this, like Pope, Trips, Callum Wilson in the World Cup final squad, final squad for England. Fantastic. On the hand of a fantastic season as it is. So I like that. I look at that, and like I said, it's about the defence, pretty lightweight, but we've had that for a good couple of years. Midfield, all right, good, stable, depends what formation we play. I like the goalkeepers, like I said. The forward line is very juicy, very fiery. I like that forward line. It's like the fire emoji. It's so good. I really do like it, but it is Gareth Southgate. It is England, so I'm not trying to build my hopes up as much, but this gets me even more excited for the World Cup. So I don't know what you guys think, but this gets me even more excited for it. But yeah, what we'll do now, we'll think of a jig. We'll go on to the thing now. Anybody in comments? Kobe, how you doing? Hope you're doing good, mate. Long time no see. How you doing, John? Hope you're doing good. You guys looking forward to the World Cup. So we're going to go on now to the my predicted lineup. Like I said, I'm going to be timestamping these. If you are enjoying the video, guys, hit the like button and do subscribe. But yeah, we're going to move on now to this. This is what I've come up with on this interesting website. It's called, if you want to start making your own lineup and posting it, it's called buildlineup.com. Buildlineup.com. And there's others like Lineup 11, but I just found this last minute. So this is what I think, and this is what I hope will be our starting XI going to the first game. I've got a 4-2-3-1 formation, so ignore it like centre mid with Bellingham and Rice. I've gone for CDM, so just imagine them as CDMs. Got Pickford, like I said, the experience is there. And, he's played in competitions like this before and, big games, so why not still start him? The back four being Shaw, the only recognisable left back, the only left back there that we're bringing. And we've got Stones and White. I was debating whether to say Stones or Dyer, but I know that sounds a bit. So, like I said, our defence, centre-backs are a bit lightweight. Walker can play there, but I would take start Stones and White in that centre-back sort of position pairing. Both in great form. Both of their teams are doing well, Arsenal and City. Why not? You want informed players. You want informed players starting. We will get to a few players up front that, questionable, one or two. But Trips, the reason I would start him and this is quite controversial, and this is coming from a Liverpool fan as well. I've always thought with Trent that his heart is more with Liverpool, and there's nothing wrong with that. And this has come from a Liverpool fan than it is with England. And I personally would want players who want to put on that shirt and want to play for England. And there was always this talk about with Trent not bothered about being picked and all that. I want to see these players. I want to see these players that are starting. They've got the heart for it, want to play for the country. That's my opinion. And with what's been said about Trent and stuff in the past, and this is, like I said, coming from a Liverpool fan, I'd rather see Tripp start. And Tripp's, in my opinion, is in better form than Trent at this moment of time. And the Newcastle are doing much better than Liverpool. Like I said, informed players. Sure, like I said, questionable, but he's the only recognisable left back there, recognisable. So that would be my back four, the goalkeeper there as well. Two in the CDMs, I've gone for Rice and Bellingham. Yeah, I think that is the best pairing to go for. I don't rate Calvin Phillips. I mean, what has he done? What has he done? He hasn't done anything for City yet. It's hard for him getting inside. He shouldn't have left Leeds. But I think this is the best pairing to go for. When I've looked on SofaScore and the way Bellingham has played for Dortmund in the past, playing as like this formation for Dortmund, he has scored goals. He has assisted. It looks like he's played better as a CDM and then done his own thing, like going up forward, than being in a centre mid or a left mid, which he can play. But I think he looked better with this, with next to Rice in the defensive pairing. Up front, we've got Sterling, Maddison, Saka. I think that screens fire. That it's got pace, it's got skill. A lot of people probably opting for Foden over Sterling. I don't hate that, but I think what Sterling's contributed for England over time, that's in his favour, and I think he has a better chemistry and better. It seems better to start, in my opinion, on that left wing for the first game, definitely. Now moving to Chelsea's probably may dampen things a bit in his form, but I'd still start Sterling. Like I said, Pickford, kind of crap for Everton. Starts for England. You're a different player. You're probably saying, well, what about Maguire? Well, Maguire's Maguire. I'm not going to go through that. Maguire is Maguire. Let's just say that. Let's just accept it. So Maddison's there. I think he starts. He's got to start. I know we've got Mount. But I think Maddison's got to start for sure. For what he can do, pull strings. This looks exciting. In my opinion, it looks exciting. I really would necessarily go for Maddison, in my opinion. I think he's definitely the sort of player we need to have to get us goals and to get play a flow in the rhythm, should we say. Saka at right wing, he's got a huge point to prove. Like a lot of people, he wants to make a statement. Saka, he has to start. He's in form for Arsenal. He's in form, just like Maddison. He's in form. You've got to start someone like this. You could say, start Mount. Mount's all right, but, he's not got that pace like Saka. We want to terrify defences. We want to go at them. We want to attack. So, in my opinion, Saka has got to start as well. Up front, Kane, obviously. Like I said, we've got Wilson there for cover, so that is good to see. And I really do rate Wilson a lot. I really do. I'm feeling two formation here. Knowing Gareth probably start 5 at the back, but I would love to see us do a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 possibly. So maybe if we go like this, it's not too much of a difference when you think about it. So maybe a 4-3-3 and we have like this going on. Who knows? And I don't necessarily hate that. So if we have like Maddison in a cam position, should we say? Attacking midfielder, we could have that. That could be the case. I like to see that 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Knowing Gareth 5 at the back, I don't want that. We don't want that. I like this better, and this to me, we'll have that encouragement. Maybe that just being disheartened losing the final, and we're at home as well, technically in the Euros. But I think that will still spur us on to go for this, and especially what the Lionesses did was fantastic. The women's England team, They made history. So why can't the men do it this year in the World Cup and, you know, be inspired by that? You know, we felt and be inspired by Euro final as well, getting that far. I don't hate this. That's what I would go for. Yeah, we had a shite UEFA Nations League, but it was UEFA Nations League. I mean, did this league Germany do well? Did anyone else do well? No. It's all about World Cup and Euros. Nobody's bothered about that, about the UEFA Nations. But yeah, I like this. This is what I would go for. And like I said, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So I'm going to finish up there, guys. If you have enjoyed the video or stream, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought of my lineup. Players that you're glad to see or that you feel like I've missed out. A lot of people calling out, Tomori from AC Milan. I'm a bit gutted, he's not there either. Maybe that's why I did say it was a bit lightweight our defence on the squad. But yeah, it's Gareth Southgate. Probably doesn't watch anything but Premier League football, does he? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy, and he's coming home, hopefully. Here we go again.